Oi Gaffer, the new FPL season's out, mate. Get on it. So it is just under about 3 weeks until the Premier League season kicks off, and it wouldn't be the Premier League without FPL and the FPL teams. Let's do the tips. Let's talk FPL again, but they've made some big changes this time. We've got a new chip, a new wildcard strategy. Get your hair ready, because whatever it's going to be, the mystery card is coming out in like January, so we'll have to see what that does. But the big talking point is Haaland. Haaland at 15 million. I mean, do you keep him in your team? Do you not keep him in your team? We'll have to find out. I think there's reasons for and against that little robot merchant being in your team, because obviously he got top goal scorer again last season. There's so many reasons for what he does, but then we had periods where he was injured, etc, etc. So we're going to start with the main defence, the goalie, the defenders. I'll tell you a little formation, and it's a popular one because of what we see in FPL a lot of the time with the pack midfield. So we've got 3-4-3. I lied, it's 3-5-2. What a formation. Very attacking. But in goal, I think you've got to set someone and forget them, because last time I messed around and I ended up with Memi Martinez at the end. But I've gone with Pickford. He was the best performing goalkeeper the last time. Everton have decent starting fixtures, especially at Brighton at home. Brighton, they've lost De Zerbi, they're not going to be that good. And they kept a few clean sheets under Sean Dyche, didn't they? Pickford did amazing. He had a great campaign at England at the Euros, so he's my number one spot. Then the three at the back, very cheap options. There's only one man, really, who I think is an expensive one. Good old knee, you've got to sort of get in, and that's Gvardiol. Do I have him in? No, I'm an idiot. I don't have him in. He's not in at the moment. I've used the power of 4.5 mil defenders as it stands. He's the one that I kind of want to add in, but because of other reasons, I took him out, is what I'm trying to say. But we've gone with Ezri Konsa. Villa boys, we've released a new kit, even though this isn't the kit. We're part of the Pride, not the gay Pride, unfortunately. I don't swing that way. But it'll be interesting to see how we do, obviously, because of the competition. We did cope with it in the Conference League, but the Champions League's a different ball game. We saw what happened to Newcastle. But for 4.5 million, he had a great Euros when he did play that one game. Ezri Konsa, I think, has to be in there, and he swaps perfectly if you mix the fixtures with Dan Burn, who's my second defender. Newcastle have some great fixtures up there, and I'm playing both of them in my little starting 11 because I'm probably a bit bonkers, but you can change them interchange, and I think the fixtures work really well. So every time for like the first 7 or 8 game weeks, they have decent fixtures. Pretty good there. Then fourth, and then my other defender, it would have been Gvardiol, but I took him out and I've gone Mykolenko. He's a popular choice. He was brilliant for Everton. You know, obviously they keep clean sheets and he's a starter. That's the main thing, I think, with that Everton defence. You want someone who's, you know, might pop up with some little assist or a goal and starts every time. So we've got Mykolenko, but he's the one who could potentially change. The rest is pretty much locked in. And we're going to move on to this juicer midfield. We're continuing with the Newcastle bloody amazing attack of Gordon, and then, as I said, the fixtures. He's priced at like 7.5 mil. What a cheap bargain! Just like his chewing gum, he's fucking like £3 now. What a joke! But Gordon's good, and you know we saw what he did last season. He was the talisman of that Newcastle team. Although there was one other guy who did pretty well. First midfield is Gordon. Then we've got another semi-cheaper option, Eze. He leads that Crystal Palace team, and under that new manager, they was flying. I think they're going to continue where they left off. So, Eze, you know, as the main man, you've got to go in there. I know they've not got Zaha. They didn't have him last season, but you know what I'm saying. He has become a great player, and I think he'll go in there nicely. So then, we're moving on to the juicers in midfield, I'd say. The more expensive ones, and Palmer has risen fucking loads, but he's got to go in because, get this pen out. We saw what he did for England, and even though he didn't play that much minutes, he was absolutely sensational. So he has to go in. Chelsea have got really nice fixtures as well. You've got Nkunku, who could be a good enabler, as the FPL pros call it. You could bring him in for maybe Gordon or Eze. He could be a great player. I'm just not sure how Chelsea are going to do under Maresca, but I know Palmer is going to perform regardless. So we've got him in. Then, I think you can see where this is going once we reveal that I've got Mo Salah in my team. Obviously, another new manager in that team. Salah's a talisman. He's had a full pre-season where he hasn't had to play in like a Euros competition, so he's going to be fresh. Going to be showing what he wants to do, and we all know what Salah can do. Obviously, he had a bit of a not a stinker season, but when I had him on my team, he was shit. And he can always score points. That is what he does. So I think you've got to have him in. For the 12.5, it's not as bad as Haaland. He could have a great season under Slot. Obviously, with the new 5-3 transfers as well, there's a way you can just get Sarr straight out and mix it about a bit. We've got Moen at the moment. Then we've gone with, I was going to have Saka, but I couldn't afford that budget. So I went for Odegaard. Odegaard, yet again, a bit like Eze. He's sort of that, he's the captain, he's the talisman, you know, he links everything together, he'll get assists, he pops up with the odd goal. He's on free kicks, stuff like this. Great little asset, and you've got to have an Arsenal player in there because I feel like, even though whatever their fixtures are, they'll have some easy ones, but they'll be up there for the title. Now, we're moving on to the strikers, baby, and this is where I reveal Haaland. He's not in my team. I can't afford to have Haaland in the team, 15 mil. And then, obviously, you would probably have to take out either Palmer or Salah and bring in someone like Nkunku to afford Haaland. I haven't done the maths. You might not even be able to afford him, but 15 mil. I would rather take the risk of a better overall squad than just have Haaland in my team. I feel like the community, if I say so myself, are 50-50 over whether to include Haaland or not, because you've obviously got the advantages of what he does. But you can see that there is a lot better players, such as Ollie Watkins and Alexander Isak. Isak banged in goals last time. Similar vein to Watkins, who I think in the end they ended up with similar goal tallies. Incredible. Watkins looked on fire for England. Obviously, he's got Champions League football. Newcastle have European football as well, but I feel like, you know, in them games, they want to be up to their best. And them two were, for the price, were really good last year. And even though they've gone up a little bit, they're still cheaper than the likes of Haaland. Then on the bench, we've got Virginia. What a man, what a name. He's in the Everton second squad. Little virgin man. And then we got João Pedro. He's a brilliant enabler, as they say. But I'm pretty sure he might be injured. There's a risk to him. If he stays fit, he's got to go in there. If not, my team's fucked. Anderson, Crystal Palace, you know, as I said, they play good ball. He's a starter. He was great from last time. Out. Good man. And then a cheeky man, Harwood Bellis, if I said his name right. Yes. He's from Man City. I believe he's going to start for Southampton. And for 4 mil, what a little bargain. So that's the team. That's the team of the century. That is what you need to be having. Watkins and Isak, no discussion. I think the way you might fit Haaland in there, as I said, you probably put in Nkunku for Salah. Then that saves you like, what, 6 mil, something like that. And then you can go get yourself Haaland. You can't. He's 15 mil. I'd have to downgrade Watkins and replace Isak with Haaland. It's a bit of a joke, to be honest. You have to really downgrade your team to fit that little bad boy in. But there we go. FPL. We're ready for you. I'm coming for you. Let's go win my league again. I hope I don't have to do a fucking forfeit. My advice from a pro FPL man who's been playing this for a few years, I would say, don't go Haaland because it gives you more room and more budget where you can find little gems and have a more well-rounded team. But then obviously, people who do have Haaland, when he does perform, they're going to climb the ranks a lot more. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like. Subscribe. The season is coming up. How exciting.